Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. If you are brand new here, welcome. I'm Bonnie, Old Soul Mermaid, and today we're going to be doing a little side-by-side video. And I got a couple of viewer requests when I did my video taking a look at all of my U.S. Games decks in my collection. So I have today doing a side-by-side of two of Paulina Cassidy's decks, the Joie de Vivre Tarot and the Paulina Tarot. So just in case maybe you have one and you're trying to decide if you need to get the other one, or if either of these decks are going to be in your wheelhouse at all, here's a little side-by-side. So Paulina Cassidy definitely has a style. In that other video I mentioned, I also showed the spirit animal deck that she has. She also has done a fairy deck. She's done witchlings, a witchlings oracle, and a pixiekins. Pixiekins and witchlings I do not have. All right, so let's start. Now right here is the Joie de Vivre. Right here I have the Paulina Tarot. Now right off the bat, the cardstock in both of these decks is different. The Joie de Vivre has a cardstock. If you have the Antiquarian Tarot by U.S.Games, if you have the Morgan Greer, this has more of a similar feel, a little bit waxy, not really sticky, but it has a coating. Whereas this one it's more traditional cardstock, a little more papery, but you know, it has a core in it. So a little bit more matte, non-sticky. So this is Paulina, this is Joie de Vivre. There is also a tiny, imperceptible difference in the size. They're both, I would say, standard tarot size, but the Paulina Tarot, they both have white borders, so it might be hard to see. You can see it hangs over just a little bit, so it's a little bit wider. I would say about the same in height, but the Paulina Tarot right here is just a little bit wider. So we are going to turn the decks over and just flip through them side by side. So you can see the similarities. You know, every artist has their style, correct? So here we go. We're starting off with the Fool. Now, the one thing that you'll notice off the bat, I will say with the Joie de Vivre, is there's more animal creatures in it, fantastical animal creatures, whereas this the Paulina has a little bit more, you know, it's got more fae energy to it. High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, very young Emperor over here. I would say that the Paulina, and you could tell from the backs give you a hint that there's a little bit more vibrance with the oranges and yellows in the Joie de Vivre. The Lovers, the Chariot. Now I would say, for those of you who have, and this is a good illustration of that, if you have sight problems, I would say the Paulina is a tad bit more busy in the artwork, in some of the cards. I need to wear glasses when I look at most of my tarot decks, but especially with this one. But with my glasses, I'm okay. I'm fine. I don't have a problem with it. And I have over 50 eyes, 50-year-old eyes. I love both of these hermits. Wheel of Fortune here, simply the wheel here. As you can see, much more going on in this one. Tiny, tiny little intricacies in the Paulina Tarot. So, you know, that might be something you might consider. Hanged Man. Death. And for me, I don't have a preference. I love both of these decks. Temperance. But again, you can see there's much more intricate smallness in the artwork here. Dainty pen strokes, or, you know, however she created this. The Devil. The Tower. And I love in the Joie de Vivre how she's got these moths or butterflies breaking her fall. The Star. The Moon. I have to say I love this moon right here. There's a little bit more wild. This is a little bit more whimsical. Love them both, but the Sun. Judgment. Here you've got the figure at the forefront. Here you've got a sleeping little fey creature in the background. Very hard to pick out. The World. The Ace of Wands. I will say in the Joie de Vivre, you can, when there are humanoid figures, you can see the expressions. The faces are slightly bigger, and you can see the expressions on their faces. And now we're into the Three of Wands, as you can tell. Four of Wands. Can I get in just a little bit closer? The Five of Wands. There's only two figures here, but three. There's a total of 5 wands. I love that this little creature is battling a tree. Again, here's the 6 of Wands. You can see the expression on the face. Seven of Wands. Eight of Wands. Got a traditional depiction here. A little rocket ship thing going on here. 9 of Wands. The little eye patch is a throw to the RWS in the Joie de Vivre. 10 of Wands. Page of Wands. The Knight of Wands. You've got a little bit more of a cartoony feel in this deck in some cases. Queen of Wands. I mean, if you look, you see just the difference. There's much more in this card as far as the artwork. A lot more for your eyes to focus on, and some may like or dislike that depending on your preferences. King of Wands. Let me know in the comments if you're already finding a preference, or if you have these decks already, which one do you tend to grab for? Ace of Cups. The Two of Cups. I'm a fan of owls, so. Three of Cups. Both are lovely. Four of Cups. Similar color palette going on in this between the two. Five of Cups. Get a little more of the hardship in this one, or more of a traditional scene in that one. Six of Cups. Seven of Cups. These are both beautiful. Instead of cups, she's got flowers with their offerings here in the Joie de Vivre. Eight of Cups. I love this one. Nine of Cups. So if you have her Fairy Oracle deck, this is a good representation of that artwork as well. This card right here. Ten of Cups. Page of Cups. Knight of Cups. Queen of Cups. And you know, I love me a mermaid, so. King of Cups. Ace of Swords. The Two of Swords. More of a traditional depiction here. And I love, if you look at her dress, and just to bring out, you know, reiterate again about the intricacy of this artwork, you know, there's faces in her dress, which I love, love, love. The Three of Swords. There's something about this one here. The expression on the face, the eyes. Four of Swords. The Five of Swords. If you can hear that, my husband is heading out of the house. You can hear my garage door opener. Sorry about that. Six of Swords. The Seven of Swords. Similar color palette between the two cards. Eight of Swords. And again, here you can see so much going on in the Paulina Tarot. Nine of Swords. Again. The Ten of Swords. The Page of Swords. It's funny how they both have the little side-eye thing going on, if you can see. Knight of Swords, the Queen of Swords, I love the little skull she's wearing instead of like a chatelaine, you know, with keys, and she's got these little skulls. And there you can see the difference between the two. King of Swords, Ace of Coins, and here in the Paulina it's Pentacles. Coins for Joie de Vivre, Pentacles for Paulina. Two of Coins or Pentacles here. And, you know, I didn't point it out with all of these, but for aces in both these decks, there's figures and, you know, not just a hand or, you know, a cup or a coin. They're fully illustrated. Two of Pentacles, coins, all right. That and the Three of Coins. Four of Coins, Pentacles. This one's a little bit similar, the Five of Coins, Pentacles. Similar vibe going on here. Similar color palette as well. Six of Pentacles or coins. The Seven of Coins, Pentacles. Eight of Coins or Pentacles. Like here, someone's conjuring up some magic, and here's some artistic magic being conjured up. And I like this card because I don't know if you can see. Reminds me of the tale of the red shoes, because she's got red shoes and she's on point. I don't know if you've seen the film, and the ballet, The Red Shoes. My favorite. Nine of Coins, Pentacles. Again, you see the brighter color palette here. Ten of Coins, Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles or Coins. And similar energy. Knight. I think in most of the Knights, they are writing something. And in this one, in the Paulina, they are not. Queen of Pentacles or Coins. And the last card, the King of Coins or Pentacles. Just so you can see now. Preference, I would say, I don't want to use the word juvenile, but I would say the Joie de Vivre would be a great deck for an adolescent. Somebody learning tarot, or maybe somebody, you know, who the RWS doesn't resonate, the imagery doesn't resonate fully. Even with the busyness, it does follow pretty closely to the RWS. I love both decks, and I think even though there's similarities in the aesthetic of the artwork, I do think that there's enough different in them, and they do have different vibes in the readings. I know that I've used both decks when playing with my 14-year-old niece. I think, yeah, she does tend to pick the Joie de Vivre. She likes something about, I think there's more of a youthfulness in the depictions. You know, the court cards aren't as mature. They're actually quite young. So I guess it's basically down to preference. This is both of these are mass market decks, easily obtainable on Amazon. You won't break the bank. So you could get both of these for the cost of maybe one indie deck. If you can't make your decision. I like both. I would say that I'm a fan of this cardstock, the Joie de Vivre, where I say feels more like the Morgan Greer, the Antiquarian Tarot, the Celestial Tarot that I have. It just feels like it's going to stand the test of time. This one is good too. It's super matte. And I know it's a preference thing, totally. But you can see, I think I got it out of order here a little bit. Yeah. But anyway, so that is my side-by-side of the Joie de Vivre and the Paulina Tarot. Now, again, there we go. There we go. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you have both decks, and how do they read for you? If you have older eyes or problematic eyes, is this a no-go for you? I'm 53, and like I said, I cannot see them well without my glasses, but with my glasses, I have no problem. Now, I will say, you know, the other deck that reminds me of the Paulina Tarot is the Shadowscapes Tarot. Now, as far as the intricacies of the art. So if you have this deck, and let's just look at the Paulina. I would say and a lot of people complain about, you know, they wish these cards were bigger and just putting them together. The Paulina Tarot is just a fraction wider and a little bit taller. I'd say this is more intricate than this. So if you have a hard time seeing this and picking out the symbology in the Shadowscapes, you will probably have a hard time with the Paulina. If you can see. So a lot of people complain about how hard it is to see the figures. And of course, if you see the figures are white and not colored as much in the Shadowscape, so that may be a problem, or maybe having them, you know, the figures in here blend into the background might be a problem for you. Now let's compare Shadowscapes with the Joie de Vivre. You see the Joie de Vivre, the figures are much more to the forefront. Just to add some perspective, you can see the expressions on the Joie de Vivre, on the figures, which is a plus, especially if you have a hard time seeing small imagery. Okay, so if you found any value to this video, let me know in the comments below. As I said, this was a request by a couple of people, one of them being Lisa Papez, Supportive Tarot, and so I'm doing this for you, Emily of Emily's Tarot Magic and Lisa Papez, and I think there was one other and I can't remember, I'm sorry. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for spending your valuable time with me, and I will see you real soon with another video. Bye for now.